Alright, so this is my 98 ZR600 EFI. Tell us the 98 because it's got the saddle size instead of the shorter, I don't know what to call it. It's got the square ones instead of the roundish ones. And the rear bumper's got the old style instead of the... It's still got the bar under there and stuff, so... And it's got a build date of 97, I'd imagine. Well, yeah, 97 build date. 98 model year. I rode the sled all last year. I got it with about 4,500 miles. Put about 1,000 miles on last year. I like it. I mean, it's only a 600. It's not a bigger sled, but I had some good times on it. A lot of miles. Basically did nothing. It had a spark sensor go out once. Placed that next to the stator, and pretty good for 1,000 miles, you know. Basically just did carbides and slides on the skid, and this year I was going to go through it all. I took the shocks out, that's why the skid and the front shocks and all that are removed. You can see them up there. I was going to had the shocks rebuilt at a local shock shop and all that stuff, but I ended up just upgrading to an 800, so I'm just going to part this one out. I don't have the time to put it back together. Runs great. Sat all summer outside under a cover. I do still have the OEM cover for this thing. I can tell it's got leaves on it and stuff like that. Leaves in it now. But it's still pretty clean for being, you know, outside. I tried to keep it up on a tire. We had tractor tires. I just set all our sleds on, store them on that, and cover them up good so they're pretty much enclosed. But even then, my cover had a rip in it on the handle, so you can tell some stuff got on there over the summer. Sat all summer, and it started in 3 poles as usual. This thing's EFIs. I love my EFIs. They have sensors and this and that to go out, but you never blow them up as much as the carburetors. But I think there, yeah, the nose cone is cracked up there. It's got some small cracks on the side panels. I mean, it's not a perfect sled by any means, but I've kept up really good on it. Got the... I think these skis pretty much have new carbides on them. And the hood, I mean, it's not perfect. Crack there. I mean, all the stickers and everything are in great shape. And the nose, that hood hinge, which has always seemed to be broken on these, isn't. Still a good hood hinge. See how last year we had amazing snow up here in Minnesota in 2022 mainly. 2021 was pretty good too at the end of the year, but so I'd put some snow just kept getting in here, and you see how he shoved some rags inside of the vents, keep all the snow out. I mean, we'd open the hood and it'd just be packed, sitting there plowing through snow all the time. Anyway, I'll start it up for you. I mean, that's pretty much all I can do. I really can't drive it around without shocks or a skid, but just fire it up. Headlight works. Brake light. RPM. Speedo works. I mean, everything works. Hand warmers work. You can see how the headlights dim when I turn them on. And they work. I mean, I drove this thing. I kind of know what's going on. Smoking good. Nice and snappy. Don't want to run it too long and smoke it up in here, but well, it's a good sled. And that's pretty much. I wish I could drive it around and kind of show you everything working better than that, but kind of hard to, and I don't really have the time. So, still got the OEM gas gauge, which, you know, if you know anything about sleds, that's kind of rare in itself. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much all I can show you. So, any questions? I love these older 98, 99s. The O2s are definitely a better sled overall, just performance and, you know, the power flows and stuff like that. A little bit skinnier plastics in the front. And that's pretty much only a difference they really had. I actually took a 98 chassis like this, and someone had crashed an 02 or 01, I think. And I put all the parts from an 01, 02 onto a 98 chassis. So really the only difference is like the A-arms are a little wider on the 02. Plastics are different, but the chassis itself is pretty much identical. Which is, if you look at like tunnel extension kits and stuff, you'll notice they say like 99, I think it is, to like 03 or something. So the chassis pretty much are identical. It's just they got a little. You could tell when you're riding them. These front noses really kind of, plow the snow versus the 01, 02 ZRs where they got the skinnier front end. But still, pretty darn good, reliable sleds. The EFIs were really good on these too. It gave them a pretty good name back in '98. They were one heck of a sled. Arctic Cat had some good things. They're pretty far ahead for '98 to 2002. After that, everyone was catching up pretty well by the 2000 time. Well, like I said, if you have any questions, I guess throw them in the comments. Have a good one.